Hello students, today we're going to be talking about how to set up MLA format on your Word document. So first things first, let's add a header. To add a header, you're going to click on the Insert tab. You're going to click on Header. You're going to hit this blank header. You're going to exit out of this, and then we're going to come over here to Page Number. Once we get to page number, we go to top of page, and then click where the page number is on the far right. For today's example, I'm just going to use the last name Smith, but please remember this is where you add your last name, not mine, your last name. So we'll type in Smith. Now a lot of you guys mentioned that you would forget this next step, so pay attention guys. We need to remember that we make sure that our last name and page number, we come back and we put this into Times New Roman in 12. Because we remember that's our MLA requirement for font and type size. So we'll see the default for Word is 1-inch margins. Now if by chance you need to double check or you want to double check that your margins are 1 inch, because remember, I will know if they're not 1 inch, we go to Page Layout, we click on Margins. We'll see my default is 1 inch. And this is where you can check to make sure yours is 1 inch all the way around. Next thing we want to do is we want to type in our name, our class, our teacher, what goes at the top of the page on your first page. So to continue with our fake student name, I'm going to use Kate Smith. Then you would use my name, Miss Seibold. Then we would do our class name, English Honors 9, or if you're just in my English 9 class, you'd be English 9, and then your period. Then we want to add the date. Remember, the date is set a unique way in MLA. So we went to Insert, we went to Date and Time. Remember, we want to have it where it's the day, month, and year. Remember, your date is not the day that you wrote your paper, but it's the day that it's due. So you can come over here, you can edit it, or you could just type in your date like this. You don't have to go to Insert and then Date. Now we can't leave our paper like this because even though the default for Word is to add spaces in between lines, it's not correct. So I'm going to hit Control A to highlight everything on my page so far. I'm going to come back and I'm going to put it in 12-point font. I'm going to put it in Times New Roman. Now to make sure our spacing is correct, we don't have that extra space in the paragraphs. What we want to do with our words still highlighted is we want to click on this paragraph arrow. Click on paragraph. Now we see the default is 10 multi and this is not clicked. This is not what we want. So we need to put this down to 0. We need to change our line spacing to double, and you have to make sure you click Don't Add Space Between Paragraphs of the Same Style. We click that. Again, we have 0, double, and this checked, and we can hit OK. Last thing we want to make sure we have on all our papers is we need to have a title. Remember, your title can't be 1984 essay or summer reading essay. We need to make a unique title. So just a basic title that I could use for our Fahrenheit 451 essay is Books are important and feed our society. Just an example, but remember we do need to have a title for our essays. So just again, with MLA format, you need to have it in Times New Roman, you need to have 12-point font, you need to have your first and last name here, you need to have my name, Miss Seibold, as your teacher here, You need to have the course name here, followed by your period, your date, which goes day, month, year. You need to have a running header that has your last name and page number, and you need to have a title for your essay. If you have all of these things with 1-inch margins all the way around, you will have successfully accomplished all MLA requirements. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask me.